Welcome to the cooking show that has no title yet. By the time you watch this, I may or may not have a title. But doesn't matter. Because what matters is what I'm going to show you guys. I'm Demetrius Harmon, and I like cooking a lot. Cooking helps me center myself. Because I'm a very visual thinker and I have really bad anxiety. And so the way I think of my anxiety whenever I'm really feeling it a lot and it's very intense and I'm overwhelmed, it's a bunch of things just moving past. I'm trying to grasp at one thing, at one idea, and just focus on it. And it's very hard to. And so to do better compartmentalizing and being able to sort out my thoughts, I go bowling, or I do things like cooking that require you to be present. You have a long day and you come home and you just cook. And I'm not even a foodie, you know what I mean? I'm a really picky eater, if I'm being honest. But just the process of creating, it's like art. It's edible art. You feel me? Imagine you could eat a painting. That's what it feel like. And I'm not making nothing crazy or nothing like that, nothing outside of the ordinary man. I'm not gonna say I get Michelin stars or anything like that, but it's more so for me about the fact that in the time frame that you're cooking, nothing really else matters besides the meal. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get so lost in the cooking and the process of putting these ingredients together and testing things out. Those eureka moments where you're oh, I could put this with this and this would be crazy. You know what I mean? You can follow a recipe, you can add your little own pizzazz to it. And it's me and you cook the exact same thing. But you could tell I cooked something because of maybe how much seasoning I put, or maybe I didn't slice the onions thin enough. Maybe you really like big onions, you know what I mean? Maybe you like thinner onions. Maybe you don't like onions at all, so you took the onions out. And when you get into all of those thoughts about cooking, there's so much personality that you can have with it. And that's my whole thing. You know what I mean? I'm sorry I pointed a knife at you all. But yeah, the goal of this is just to show you guys that you don't have to be a culinary prodigy to put these things together. You know what I mean? It's very accessible for you to be able to do all these things in your house because, like I said, I'm a picky eater. I don't like eating a lot. I eat very, very few, maybe 1-2 times a day. And so hopefully through this process of me cooking with and for and teaching you guys how to cook, I can learn some of y'all recipes, you know what I mean, and try some of those things out. And you guys can watch me figure out how to make things I've never made before. You know what I mean? I've only baked a cake from scratch maybe once. So the first time I show you how to make a cake, shit might be ass. But that's life. You're never gonna be perfect at something the first try. And I don't wanna present things to you guys that are only perfect. There's recipes I've perfected of my own, but there's also things I've never tried to make. You know what I mean? And I want you guys to see that. The only thing stopping you from getting the things that you want to do is taking that first step. The fear of failure holds back a lot of people. And I don't really care to fail at cooking something as long as I try it because ramen noodles are always gonna taste good. You feel me? So if I can't make a creme brulee, I'm gonna go somewhere that can make it. You know what I mean? And that's where the fun and the ease of it comes from because this is not my job. It's not my job to cook. It's not my job to make the perfect meal. As long as I put my heart and my love into it, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not a perfect person, so why would the product of me, why would that result be perfect either? You know what I mean? And so yeah. I'm gonna have a name the next time we speak. I'm gonna think of a name. Okay, that's my intro. How'd I do?
That was great.
Okay, man.